Hey everyone, it's Brooks from Datamiine, and today I'm going to try to explain our best features in 5 minutes. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into the product. So Datamiine has a few features that they track. So they track all your orders management, all your inventory, customers, and then they also do a lot of accounting features around sales tax and just your monthly reconcile. So first feature we'll go over today is your eBay orders page. So very similar to eBay, you can search orders by username, product, item ID, things of that nature. They also give you the ability to if you have multiple accounts, you can link both of your accounts here and look at orders only by one account. As far as your orders, you have the ability here to see all your order history. You can see your buyer ID. The number here represents how many transactions they've done, so you can within one click see how many repeat buyers you have. So this person here has purchased twice. You can just click on the number, and there it takes you to all the transactions associated with it. So that's one pretty neat way. Also shows their address that you ship to. You can map it to see if they're a home address, business, or whatnot. So that's the main features there with your eBay orders. Going over to now your eBay inventory. eBay inventory gives you a nice snapshot of how much money you have in inventory. So what this means is I have $4,320 that has not moved in greater than 6 months. So that's a big problem. So we're coming out with features that help you automatically delist and sell similar. So imagine you just say, hey, anything that hasn't sold in X number of days, I want you to automatically delist and sell similar for me. That way you're not manually having to go in there and do it yourself. It just happens behind the scenes for you. You have the access, like the other page, to look at your inventory by account. You can sort your inventory by eBay category if you want to. You can search by the title. Good thing about this right here, you can put in multiple titles and just put a comma in between them and then search, and it will automatically find those. With eBay, if you try to do that, it wouldn't do it because there's different eBay categories and it would just break. But with Datamiine, it automatically pulls everything in, so that's pretty neat. You can filter by price, quantity, item ID, things of that nature. So. And what this right here means is the average inventory days. This is how long it takes you on average to sell a product. So this is basically your life cycle. So on average, it takes me 81 days to sell an item. So it's actually your sales cycle. Your average inventory per item, that's basically your ASP. So your average sales price, pretty neat. Now let's go over to the accounting features here. So there's two ways you can do accounting. If you want to do accounting and you want to know how profitable you are by each item, you can just go to here to COGS, and you can enter the COGS in. You can click Edit and enter the COGS per item. Automatically do that and then update. And then that way, when an order sells, it will pull that COGS over and capture the actual true profit of each line item. You can also let's say you only want to look at things that you haven't updated yet. You can click on Show Only Empty COGS, and that takes you to all the items that equals 0. Another way to do accounting with inside Datamiine, if you go to your dashboard page and accounting transactions, this right here is basically if you're getting other revenue or expenses from other places, like let's say Poshmark or whatever it might be, this is where you can use Datamiine to do all your accounting. So you can go in here and say, hey, I just went to Goodwill. You put your source here. Would be Goodwill, the amount, let's say you spent $100, and then save, and then the date. So that will automatically post a journal transaction in there that you entered cost of goods of Goodwill at $100. All the eBay, PayPal revenue is automatically pulled in by Datamiine, so that's very helpful. So all you have to do is put in other revenue and expenses from other platforms. So that's the main things there. And when you click on the type of expense or revenue, it's very similar to any other accounting software that you see. So very standard practice here. So that's the two ways of trying to do accounting there with inside Datamiine. If most people, if their margin is so great, 90, 95%, they're not really necessarily looking at profit by item. So this is just one fast way of saying, hey, I went to Goodwill, I bought 10 shirts for 10 bucks, boom, here it is. That's just the fastest way of doing it. But if you have a tighter margin, you might want to make sure you want to track it by line item, and this is the other way of doing it with Capture That. Now let's go into the dashboard page. So sales tax for everybody, very important one that could be coming up here shortly. You can run a sales tax report, which will automatically pull in all your revenue. So when you register for the product and you put your state in there, your state will automatically default to the top. We're in South Carolina, so we have to report sales tax on a quarterly basis. So what this means is for Q1 this year, we had to report $364. So then you can even drill down into that further and see every transaction associated with that. So pretty cool information there. Some states do not require shipping revenue. So if you live in one of those states, you can just do revenue excluding shipment, and that will take out the shipping revenue that you earned. But here in South Carolina, we have to keep it. Then you have other fancy reports. You can look at that same kind of report by country, so where your sales being driven from. You can see 92.4% of our sales are being driven to the United States. Then it goes from Canada, Germany, elsewhere. So you can also look at that by count, so how many orders are you doing in those states, and this is a sum of that right there, same thing. All right. For you that sell on consignment, so we have the ability to, when you create inventory, you can assign that inventory to a consignment person or a virtual lister. Because let's say for a consignment, you don't pay them until the item sells. So when you assign inventory to a certain person and it sells, we have custom reports here that say, hey, this user right here in February generated, or March generated $285, and then that way you know what to pay them off of. So this is a very quick way of leveraging the tool for basically profit sharing with certain people. And then the other features here from a dashboard perspective, we track your revenue month over month. This is looking at both accounts. That's why it's different colors, because we sell on 2 accounts. Looks at your monthly new eBay transactions. This is looking at your postings. So my revenue is starting to go down. I say, hey, we need to get more exposure out there, and that's why in July of this year we increase our exposure out there to try to increase our revenue. How many customers are acquiring every month, year-to-date revenue, monthly eBay transactions. So this could change over time depending on what we want. I definitely think the eBay Seller Hub is very complicated, so we're trying to really peel that back a little bit and figure out what metrics does the average small seller out there need. With that being said, that concludes your demo of Datamiine. If you have any questions, please email me at datamiine@gmail.com. Currently, we're in beta phase right now, so we're trying to get as many people as possible to use the product and give us feedback. And have a great day. Bye.